Listen to me, chosen one. I didn't come to whisper today, I came to announce. God said this moment was marked on heaven's calendar before you were ever born. You are not watching this by accident, and you are not here because of curiosity. You are here because the Spirit of the Lord pulled you into alignment. There is a shift happening in the unseen, and you are standing at the doorway of your next. What the enemy tried to delay, God is about to accelerate. What was stuck is about to move. What was silent is about to speak. Some of you have been crying in secret, fighting in silence, carrying weight no one sees, but heaven sees. God said, I have watched you endure what should have destroyed you, and I preserved you for such a time as this. You thought you were overlooked, but you were being prepared. You thought you were delayed, but you were being positioned. Every closed door was divine protection. Every setback was strategic alignment. The same God who brought you this far is not about to abandon you now. This is your announcement season. God said, I am calling you out of hiding and into the spotlight of purpose. Your name is being spoken in rooms you've never entered. Your help is already on the way. Your breakthrough is already in motion. Your harvest is already scheduled. What you prayed for in tears, God is releasing in power. You are stepping into a new authority, a new favor, and a new dimension of grace right now. If this is speaking to your spirit, pause and respond in faith. Like the video and subscribe to the channel for daily prayer, because what God is doing in your life is not a one-time move, it is a season. And write I'm in the comments if you believe this word is for you. Your confession is activating your confirmation. Now declare it boldly, I am chosen, I am called, I am covered, and I am next. Comment one thing you're believing God for today, because when you speak it, you align with it. Heaven is listening. Angels are moving. God said, watch this. You are not random. You are not a mistake. You are not an afterthought drifting through the world without meaning. Before you ever took your first breath, before your name was spoken by human lips, before your story began to unfold in time, God already knew you. You were seen, known, chosen, and positioned with intention. Nothing about you is accidental. Not your personality, not your struggles, not your gifts, not even your tears. Every part of you carries the divine purpose. You were designed with care, shaped with wisdom, and released into this world at the exact moment heaven ordained, because the earth needed what God placed inside you. You may have questioned yourself. You may have wondered why your life seemed harder than others, why your path felt slower, why your breakthroughs seemed delayed. But delay was not rejection. Silence was not abandonment. Obscurity was not insignificance. God does not waste seasons. Every hidden moment, every quiet struggle, every unseen battle was forming something in you that could not be created in comfort. While you thought you were waiting, God was working. While you felt overlooked, heaven was arranging. While you questioned your worth, God was strengthening your spirit. You were strategically positioned. That means where you are right now is not random either. The people around you, the environment you are in, the challenges you face, and the opportunities you see are all part of a divine setup. Even what tried to break you became part of your building process. God does not place people without purpose. He does not send you into spaces without equipping you. You carry something that your environment needs, and your environment carries something that will refine you. There are moments when you feel out of place, like you don't belong, like your heart doesn't fit the room you're standing in. But that discomfort is not rejection. It is divine signaling. It is heaven reminding you that you were not created to shrink into spaces that cannot contain your purpose. You were created to shift atmospheres, not conform to them. You were created to rise, not to blend in. You were created to lead, not to be lost. You may look at your life and see broken pieces, scattered dreams, unanswered prayers, and silent seasons. But God sees alignment. He sees preparation. He sees growth that cannot be measured by time. Every tear watered your destiny. Every heartbreak softened your spirit. Every disappointment redirected you. What you thought was loss was actually guidance. What you thought was rejection was protection. What you thought was delay was divine timing unfolding. There is a divine signature on your life. Heaven placed its mark on you long before the world tried to define you. You are not carrying your own strength alone. You are walking under divine covering. There are doors that will open for you that no human hand can close. There are opportunities that will locate you without you searching. There are connections that will recognize your spirit before your name. This is not because of who you are in the natural, but because of who you are in the spiritual. God placed you in this generation, in this time, in this season for a reason. You were not born too early or too late. You arrived exactly when your assignment was needed. Your voice, your story, your experiences, and your heart all carry purpose. You are living in a moment where what is inside you is required. Your existence is a message. Your survival is evidence. Your growth is testimony. Sometimes the weight of life makes you forget who you are. You get caught in comparison, distracted by timelines, overwhelmed by expectations, and burdened by responsibilities. You begin to measure yourself by achievements, approval, and appearance, but none of these define you. Your value was set before you ever performed. Your worth was established before you ever succeeded. You do not have to earn what God already decided. You do not have to prove what heaven already approved. You are not behind. You are not late. You are not failing. You are unfolding. Growth does not happen in a straight line. Purpose does not reveal itself all at once. Destiny unfolds in layers. There are seasons of planting, seasons of waiting, seasons of stretching, and seasons of harvest. Each one is necessary. Each one carries wisdom. Each one shapes you into who you are becoming. Even when you felt invisible, God was watching. Even when you felt unheard, heaven was listening. Even when you felt forgotten, God was remembering. There were prayers you whispered in the dark that angels recorded in the light. There were tears you wiped away in silence that God counted with care. Nothing was lost. Nothing was ignored. Nothing was wasted. You are stronger than you realize. You are more resilient than you know. You have survived moments that should have destroyed you, yet you are still standing. That is not coincidence. That is divine preservation. Something on your life is too valuable to be taken out. Something in your spirit is too important to be silenced. God guarded you because your purpose still needs you. There are dreams inside you that you buried because life became heavy. There are visions you silenced because disappointment became loud. But what God planted cannot die. It may rest, it may wait, it may remain quiet for a time, but it is still alive. Your calling has not expired. Your purpose has not faded. Your destiny has not changed. It is simply waiting for you to rise again. You do not need permission from the world to become who God called you to be. You do not need approval from people who do not understand your assignment. Your validation does not come from applause. It comes from alignment. When you walk in what God designed for you, peace becomes your confirmation. There will be people who misunderstand you, who underestimate you, who question your journey. But their perspective does not cancel your purpose. Their opinions do not alter your destiny. You were not chosen by people. You were chosen by God. You were not positioned by circumstance. You were positioned by divine intention. Every time you rise after falling, every time you choose hope over fear, every time you keep going when you want to stop, you are proving that God's hand is on you. Your life is a living testimony of grace, strength, and purpose. You are not here by chance. You are here by design. Delay was not denial. Silence was not rejection. Waiting was not abandonment. What you experienced was preparation in a hidden place where your spirit could be strengthened, your heart could be refined, and your vision could be clarified. You were not being ignored. You were being shaped. God does not rush what he intends to last. He does not release what is not yet ready to carry the weight of its assignment. What felt like stillness was actually divine activity happening beneath the surface of your life. There were moments when you prayed and felt like nothing changed. You cried and felt like no one heard. You waited and wondered if heaven had forgotten your name. But God was working in ways you could not see. Roots grow in darkness before branches reach the light. Strength forms in silence before it is revealed in power. Your waiting season was building endurance, wisdom, and patience that could not be developed any other way. Every closed door was not a loss, it was protection. Every redirection was not punishment, it was guidance. Every delay was not rejection, it was divine timing adjusting the pieces of your future. God was aligning people, opportunities, and circumstances so that when the door finally opened, you would be ready to walk through it with confidence and clarity. You were being prepared for something greater than you imagined. What you asked for required a new version of you. What you prayed for demanded a stronger spirit, a deeper faith, and a wider heart. God knew the weight of what was coming, and he refused to release it before you were ready to carry it. Delay was not denial, it was development. There were lessons you needed to learn in the waiting. Lessons about patience, trust, surrender, resilience, and faith. Lessons about releasing control and embracing divine timing. Lessons about letting go of what was no longer serving you and making room for what was about to arrive. These lessons became the foundation of your future. You were being positioned even when you felt stuck. God was rearranging your steps even when you felt lost. He was strengthening your spirit even when you felt weak. He was sharpening your vision even when you felt confused. What looked like nothing was happening was actually everything happening in the unseen. Waiting taught you how to lean on God instead of your own understanding. It taught you how to find peace in uncertainty. It taught you how to trust when there was no evidence and believe when there was no sign. This season built your faith in ways comfort never could. There were moments when you wanted to give up, when you felt tired of waiting, when you questioned if your prayers still mattered. But every prayer was heard, every tear was counted, every moment of faith was recorded. Nothing you lifted to God returned empty. God was preparing you to receive what you could not handle before. He was expanding your capacity so that when the blessing arrived, it would not overwhelm you. He was strengthening your character so that success would not change you. He was refining your heart so that favor would not distract you. You were learning how to trust the process, how to surrender the outcome, how to walk by faith and not by sight, how to rest in the promise even when the timeline was unclear. These were not wasted moments. They were sacred moments of growth. Your waiting season was teaching you who you are. It was reminding you of your strength, your resilience, your faith, and your purpose. It was showing you that you can survive uncertainty and still stand strong. It was preparing you to walk into your next season with confidence and peace. What felt like delay was actually divine timing. What felt like silence was actually instruction. What felt like rejection was actually redirection. God was guiding you towards something greater, something aligned, something purposeful. You are closer than you think. What you have been waiting for is already moving toward you. The pieces are coming together. The doors are preparing to open. The timing is aligning. Your season is shifting. You are not forgotten. You are not overlooked. You are not behind. You are right where you need to be. This season has shaped you, strengthened you, and prepared you for what is coming. Trust the timing, trust the process, trust the God who sees what you cannot see and knows what you cannot know. Your waiting was never wasted. Heaven is backing you even when it feels like the ground beneath you is shaking. There is a divine authority surrounding your life that cannot be seen with human eyes, but can be felt in the way you keep rising after every fall. You are not standing alone. You are not walking unsupported. You are not fighting this battle by yourself. The God who formed you is still guarding you, guiding you, and going before you. Every step you take is covered by a presence that never sleeps and never turns away. There are doors opening for you that you did not knock on, opportunities appearing that you did not chase, and paths unfolding that you did not plan. This is not coincidence. This is divine orchestration. What is meant for you will not miss you. What God has appointed for your life will find you even when you feel hidden. Favor is locating you in places you never expected, and grace is positioning you in rooms you never imagined entering. Even when you feel unqualified, heaven qualifies you. Even when you feel unprepared, God prepares you. Even when you doubt your strength, divine power surrounds you. You are being lifted by a force greater than fear, stronger than doubt, and deeper than uncertainty. What is on your life cannot be taken by circumstance, and what is ahead of you cannot be stopped by resistance. There are moments when you feel like you are pushing against closed doors, but heaven is quietly unlocking the right ones. The ones meant to stay closed were never your destination. The ones meant for you are already responding to your name. You do not have to force what God has already ordained. You do not have to chase what heaven is already releasing. You are being spoken about in rooms you have never entered. Your name is being mentioned in conversations you cannot hear. Your future is being discussed by people you have not yet met. God is aligning your path with the right connections at the right time. The help you need is already on the way. The support you seek is already being prepared. Even when you feel overlooked, you are seen. Even when you feel unheard, you are listened to. Even when you feel forgotten, you are remembered. Heaven's attention is on you. Your life is under divine watch, and your steps are being directed with care. You are stepping into moments of divine favor. Things are beginning to flow where there was once resistance. Paths are becoming clear where there was confusion. Your spirit is being strengthened where there was once wariness. This is not luck. This is alignment. Every challenge you faced did not weaken you. It strengthened you. Every obstacle you overcame did not stop you. It shaped you. Every delay did not deny you. It prepared you. You are walking into a season where things will begin to make sense, where clarity will replace confusion and peace will replace anxiety. You are being supported by a power that cannot fail. You are being guided by wisdom that cannot be wrong. You are being held by love that cannot let go. Heaven is backing you in every step, every decision, and every transition. You do not have to fear the unknown because the one who knows all is walking with you. You do not have to doubt your future because God is already there. You do not have to worry about what is coming because heaven is already preparing the way. You are moving forward with divine backing, divine protection, and divine purpose. Your life is unfolding under the guidance of a power that sees beyond what you can see and knows beyond what you can know. Heaven is backing you. Your announcement season has arrived, even if your heart is still learning how to believe it. There is a shift in the air around you, a subtle yet powerful change moving through your spirit, calling you forward into a new chapter of becoming. What was once hidden is now being revealed. What was once quiet is now finding its voice. What was once waiting is now being activated. You are not stepping into this moment by accident. You are stepping into what has been prepared for you long before you ever knew how to ask for it. There was a season when you felt invisible, when your efforts went unnoticed and your prayers seemed to fall into silence. But in that quiet place, God was writing your name into rooms you had never entered. While you were growing in secret, heaven was arranging your public moment. While you were learning patience, God was aligning your promotion. Your life has not been paused. It has been preparing. Your name is being spoken where decisions are being made. Your story is being carried into spaces you have not yet seen. Your purpose is being recognized by hearts you have not yet met. This is not coincidence. This is divine orchestration. What God has placed on your life is being brought into the light, not to elevate your ego, but to fulfill your assignment. You may feel unready, but readiness is not required when grace is present. You may feel unsure, but uncertainty cannot stop divine intention. You may feel small, but heaven's power makes you sufficient. God does not announce you because you are perfect. He announces you because you are chosen. This season is calling you to rise beyond what you once believed about yourself. It is inviting you to release the limitations you placed on your own potential. It is urging you to trust the new direction that is unfolding before you. The door is opening not because you forced it, but because it is time. There are people who will hear your voice and recognize something familiar in their spirit. There are hearts that will be healed by your words. There are lives that will be changed by your obedience. Your announcement is not about attention. It is about impact. It is about alignment. It is about stepping into the role you were created to fulfill. What once felt like delay now feels like preparation. What once felt like rejection now feels like protection. What once felt like confusion now feels like clarity. Your perspective is shifting because your season is changing. You are not alone in this transition. Heaven is walking with you. Grace is covering you. Wisdom is guiding you. Strength is supporting you. Every step you take is being ordered. Every word you speak is being directed. Every decision you make is being watched over with care. There is a new confidence rising within you, not from pride, but from peace. A quiet assurance that you are exactly where you need to be. A deep knowing that what is unfolding is not random, but intentional. You are stepping into a chapter where your gifts are recognized, your voice is valued, and your presence is needed. The fear that once held you back is losing its power. The doubt that once whispered is becoming silent. You are becoming who you were always meant to be. This is your time to stand without shrinking, to speak without fear, to move without hesitation. Your announcement season is not a moment, it is a movement. God is releasing you into a greater expression of who you are. He is calling you into spaces that match your purpose. He is aligning you with people who recognize your value. He is opening doors that no one can close. You are not stepping into something new. You are stepping into what was always yours. What you declare today is not just sound in the air. It is alignment in the spirit. Your words are not empty. They are carriers of intention, direction, and power. Long before you speak, heaven already knows what has been decided. But when you open your mouth in faith, you step into agreement with what is already established. You are not trying to convince God. You are positioning yourself to receive what has already been released. There is something sacred about declaration. It is the bridge between what exists in the unseen and what manifests in the seen. When you speak with belief, you shift the atmosphere around your life. You create room for movement where there was once stillness. You invite light where there was once shadow. Your voice is not small. It holds authority when it is aligned with truth. You may have spoken words in the past out of fear, out of doubt, out of pain. But today, you are learning to speak from a place of faith, peace, and expectancy. Your declaration is changing the way you see yourself, the way you view your future, and the way you respond to your present. What you say begins to shape what you experience. There are moments when your circumstances seem louder than your faith, when what you see feels stronger than what you believe. But your declaration rises above what is visible. It reminds your spirit that what is real in the unseen is more powerful than what appears in the natural. You are not bound by what you see. You are guided by what you declare. Every time you choose words of hope, you are activating trust. Every time you choose words of strength, you are activating courage. Every time you choose words of gratitude, you are activating peace. Your voice is aligning your heart with heaven's will. You are not declaring what you lack. You are declaring what is coming. You are not speaking from fear. You are speaking from faith. You are not describing your past. You are announcing your future. Your words are opening doors that effort alone could never open. There is a calm authority rising within you as you learn to speak with intention. You are no longer reacting to life. You are responding with purpose. You are choosing to align with what is already decided instead of what is temporary. Your declaration is a daily practice of trust. It is a gentle reminder that you are supported, guided, and protected. It centers your spirit and anchors your heart in peace. It keeps you connected to hope even when the path feels unclear. You are not alone in this journey. Heaven is listening. Grace is surrounding you. Wisdom is leading you. Your words are weaving together with divine purpose to create a future filled with meaning and peace. You are stepping into a life shaped by what you choose to believe and declare. You are aligning your heart with truth, your mind with clarity, and your spirit with peace. What you declare today activates what God has already decided. Here is your ask calm. Powerful outro in 10 short paras in the same spiritual flow. As you sit in this moment, let your heart remain open to what God has spoken into your spirit today. You are not leaving this message the same way you entered it. Something has shifted inside you, even if you cannot yet see it with your eyes. Carry this word with you into your day, into your decisions, into your quiet moments. Let it remind you that you are guided, protected, and never alone. Heaven is walking with you in every step you take. When doubt tries to rise, return to this truth. When fear whispers, return to this peace. You are held by a power that is greater than what surrounds you. Allow yourself to breathe deeply and trust what is unfolding. You do not have to rush what God is carefully revealing. Your season is changing at the right time. There is grace covering you and strength rising within you. Even when the path feels uncertain, you are being led with love and purpose. Let this message settle into your spirit and become part of your daily walk. Let it shape how you see yourself and how you face each new moment. Remember that what God has begun in you will continue to grow. What feels small today is becoming something powerful tomorrow. Stay connected to this place of peace and faith. Keep your heart open and your spirit ready for what is coming next. You are supported, seen, and deeply valued. Your life is unfolding exactly as it should, with divine care guiding every step. Rest in this knowing and walk forward with calm confidence, trusting that heaven is working on your behalf